Hello, and welcome to Glenn ZB TV for Thursday, the show that puts Glenn ZB into your virtual headset. Yes, I'm bringing New Zealand to the world, and the world to New Zealand. That's a little bit of a Joseph Parker reference of this title fight weekend. Not talking about that though. What I am talking about is this so-called double whammy for Steve Smith and David Warner. This is what our newsroom has described their suspensions as. Because apparently, not only are they suspended, but they've also had their multi-million-dollar IPL contracts, quote, torn up by the Board of Control for Cricket for India. Do you reckon, is that actually something that has ever actually happened in the history of anything? That somebody's just gone, like, isn't it all just done by email these days? That'd be a cool function though, because you know how you can digitally sign things? Somebody sends you a PDF and you can have a saved signature and you can just paste that on there. And another button they need is the tear up the contract button, and then it just does that. It just goes on the... And look, it's been a long, short week, all right? And just on that, did anybody actually think that where did this idea that it was a piece of tape with stuff stuck to it and not actual sandpaper come from? Because most people seem to be suggesting that it looked like sandpaper, but the official word was that it was tape with some grit. And it's a crucial difference because, of course, if you have tape, you tape things up when you're a sportsman, and there's plenty of grit around. So that's something that you could improvise. But if it's actually sandpaper, you've got to go to Bunnings and buy that. So somewhere there's security footage at a checkout of an Australian cricketer buying a sheet of sandpaper, isn't there? That's very premeditated. It's not just like just before we go out in the field premeditated. This requires a shopping expedition to Bunnings. That's premeditated. I'm starting to feel for Julian Assange. I mean, he's a hard person to like, mostly because of his weirdly transparent hair. But now apparently he's not only has he lost the right to receive visitors at London's Ecuadorian embassy, people like Pamela Anderson, for example, he now apparently seems to have lost access to the internet, which poses a tree falling in a forest and no one there to hear it kind of a question. If Julian Assange doesn't have access to the internet, does he simply cease to exist? He just disappears in a puff of bits and bytes. Is that still what they make information on the internet out of? I presume it is. I didn't learn coding at school, so I don't know about these things. Finally, it's the rubber ducky apocalypse. That's right. While they're part of bath time for many kids, Swiss and American researchers have counted the microbes swimming inside rubber duckies, and they say that murky liquid that's released when ducks are squeezed contains potentially pathogenic bacteria, which, will eventually just evolve into the creature from the Black Lagoon or the Blob and kill us all. Who knew? Who knew that that's how the end would come? I didn't see that coming. Where's the science fiction movie where rubber ducks take over the world? Come and see me, Hollywood. I'll script that up for you. I am Glenn ZB. Thank you so much for having me in your virtual headset. I will see you back here again. Not tomorrow, not the next day, not the next day, not the next day, not the next day, but the next day. Is that right? Did I do enough next days? Tuesday, anyway. See you then.